Advantage action. I'm Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, our terrific analysts. David Aldridge is line reporter. Brent, we've got great front courts in this matchup. Since you played, both forward positions have evolved and become a little bit different.
You ever think, Kevin, about some of the great players in the 80s and 90s that had the skill set to do some of the things that we're asking of today's players?
Good point.
That might have been great. And I'm thinking like guys like Detlef Schrempf that were out there and doing things where people said, how's a 6'11 guy getting away with that? Well, now every 6'11 guy is getting away with those skills.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. Taking a look at the 76ers. Horford is out there with Embiid. Then there's Tobias Harris. Then there's Richardson. And it's Simmons in at the point. Now here's Simmons. To the inside. Stolen by Middleton. And the foul on Josh Richardson. That's his first foul. Bledsoe against Simmons. Bledsoe passes to Antetokounmpo. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton.
I like how Giannis is inviting a little bit more contact and no longer shying away from it.
And Simmons has got the ball here for the Philadelphia 76ers. Down low, it's stolen by Antetokounmpo, and now Matthews pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. And Antetokounmpo slings it in.
Giannis bringing it down, using that sensational length to get that finish. Well, there's one thing the Bucks have, and that's an abundance of players with tremendous length. It can make it very difficult on offenses to try to find lanes and gaps and seams to get in there and score. So the tighter they are defensively, the more disruptive the Bucks could be.
No good from Bledsoe.
Yeah, I think the defense made an impact on that play, making the shooter feel a bit uncomfortable on release.
Horford no luck.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
And sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time he chose wisely.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Good work defensively by Horford. And the Bucks embracing the trends towards long, versatile players.
Yes, this idea of positionless basketball has been something that's been a construct of the Bucks and their roster through recent seasons. The key is translating that into a much tighter, much cohesive defense.
Robin Lopez is checked in for the Bucks. Hill comes in for Wesley Matthews. And Philadelphia decides to take their first timeout right here. Milwaukee making a switch here. Matthews is checked in. And the 76ers with possession, trailing by 2, stolen by Middleton. Hill with it, picked up by Harris. Middleton dishes to Lopez. Good. Lopez has got his first points in this one.
That's a talented guy getting too easy a look. Might have been a miscommunication on that one.
Well, just the first quarter, everyone's still getting adjusted. That said, on defense, you have to bring help sooner.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo after Ben Simmons' miss. Simmons against Matthews. Back to Antetokounmpo. 4 on the shot clock. Middleton for 3. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Richardson kicks to Harris to end the drought. The rebound by Middleton.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Simmons. 50 seconds left to play here in the first. Matthews against Simmons. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. The Bucks shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
At the line for your Bucks.
And the first one drops.
At the line for two.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Well, the Bucks with the superstar talent in Giannis Antetokounmpo, the critical decision this summer for selecting a new coach came down to a very qualified one in Mike Budenholzer, and with all the options out there, 9 coaching changes, I think that Bud saw the opportunity in Milwaukee as being a great one to push this team a little bit forward. The talent on the roster tantalizing enough for him to head to Milwaukee after his stint in Atlanta.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Antetokounmpo, and the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, I don't think you're stopping Giannis on a drive like that. He just takes off and one stride gets by everybody.
Here's Embiid. The shot missing. Good D by Lopez. Middleton drives in. And so it's Milwaukee with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Al Horford was born in the Dominican Republic, and he talked about why he gravitated towards basketball.
Coming from a place where, baseball.
Wanted to follow in his father's footsteps.
And what a career. College championships at Florida, an all-star in the NBA. I think he made the right choice.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And what stands out to you from the Bucks in this one?
I mean, through that first quarter, to me, it's all about their D.
There's a lot of ways to build a lead. This one's built on stops.
So to begin the second quarter for the Philadelphia 76ers, Simmons is out there with Josh Richardson. Then there's Horford. Then there's Harris. And it's Embiid in at the 5. And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. And Brent, you look at Giannis Antetokounmpo's slashing game. Standing, maybe a hair under 7 foot tall. How do you even put it into words?
Well, it's hard to imagine a more perfect frame for today's game in terms of getting in transition, having a versatile offensive game, putting it down, getting to the rack. Well, the one thing that we're anxious to see is whether or not Giannis will develop the type of range from the three-point line that makes it respectable. Other than that, he's pretty much unstoppable.
A different look from Milwaukee. Lopez, he's checked in for Ilyasova. Chris Middleton comes in for John Lewis. And it's Eric Bledsoe in for Hill. Philadelphia also making some changes. Mike Scott's checked in for Horford. Korkmaz comes in for Tobias Harris. And Simmons subbed in for Richardson.
Well, he could just see over the defense. The eyes to spot the open man. Giannis flourishing right now as a facilitator.
Antetokounmpo on the double team. Puts up a 3. Lopez with the block. And here we go. Lopez has got it, the fast break chance. The lead pushed to double digits. Bledsoe's got his first basket.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Timeout called the 76ers. And last season, not the one Brook Lopez wanted to have before heading into free agency.
He just never seemed to find a place with the Lakers and saw his minutes decline as he wasn't in their plans. Averaged a career low in terms of minutes played per game last year. And I think he still's got a lot to offer and should bounce back closer to his all-star level of output.
Philadelphia will go for a different look here. Greg Monroe, he's checked in for Joel Embiid. Horford comes in for Korkmaz. Tobias Harris is checked in for Jonathan Simmons. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Simmons. Pass to Monroe. And good. Got the English that time as it falls.
You got to play up on Monroe. The catch and shoot game coming through.
Bledsoe looking around. Feeds it to Antetokounmpo. No good on that one. And the 76ers go the other way with it. Monroe against Lopez. Back to Scott. Pass to McConnell. Here's Scott. Just 5 on the clock. And it's off from three-point range. To the paint. Here's Antetokounmpo. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line. For a long time, the answer always seemed to be LeBron James. But it seems fair to ask now, who is the best single player in the NBA, in your opinion?
LeBron James.
Me too.
Didn't you just say his name?
I
It was
thought
on my frontal
I was
lobe
thinking
here.
it, and I guess it came out.
We have so many great superstars, but after last year, his 15th season, LeBron James performing the way that he did, carrying his team back to the finals, there's just no doubt amongst peers, and we get a chance to watch him, Kevin. LeBron James is still the man in the NBA.
Ditto.
You gotta love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage. Passes it to Harris. Jacks up a three. The shot, no good. And Milwaukee the other way now. Pushing it up. And that one's good from Connaughton.
Nice pass here to set that basket up.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. And the whistle blows. It'll be on Pat Connaughton. That is his first foul of the game. And the Bucks with some changes. Robin Lopez is checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Matthews comes in for Chris Middleton. And George Hills subbed in for Pat Connaughton. And Bledsoe, here we go. Count it. And the Bucks lead by 16.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Harris kicks to McConnell. Horford the pass to McConnell. Lopez with the steal. Here's Bledsoe. Rebound by Monroe. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And as for last season, he was a 74% shooter at the line.
And that one falls for Greg Monroe.
Well, Greg Monroe is pretty good down there in the paint, but he's got to work on becoming a lockdown defender on the interior.
Ilyasova, he's checked in for Lopez. He doesn't get the second one, and it's Milwaukee's ball. They're on a 12-3 run. And the basket by Hill.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Here's McConnell. Another miss by Philadelphia. Bucks leading by 17. Bledsoe right side, and there's the foul. It'll go on T.J. McConnell. That is his first foul of the game. The 76ers making a switch here. Richardson's checked in. And Ilyasova kicks to Bledsoe. And the three ball is good. Bledsoe's got 7 now in this quarter.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Here's Scott. Offensive rebound. Monroe scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Monroe throwing his weight around down there on the inside. Important that he stays aggressive.
Bledsoe outside. Up in time. And so it's Milwaukee with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Mike Booten.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, Hoop. It's Milwaukee with the advantage at the half. They are in control of this game, up by 18. Kenny, what do you think?
They have run their offense straight out of a coach's textbook tonight. Both ball and player movement have been excellent. And the result of all that movement,
and that should...
Welcome back to the Great Lakes. We're back on the shores of Lake Michigan here in Milwaukee, and the buildings in the background at Sunset in Wisconsin. And with the big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at Antetokounmpo, and this game has been everywhere.
And I just love how aggressive he is. Usually tries to work for the best shot that he can.
Well, we saw that in the first half, and he's constantly on the move and slipping behind the eyes of the defense to work closer to the rim.
Middleton and Giannis are your small and power forwards. Matthews out there at Bledsoe, and it's Lopez in at the center. They're the group for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. Eric Bledsoe at one point, Brent, maybe the best defender in the league at the point guard position. Multiple knee surgeries later. Where do you think he stands now?
I think there's been some regression from what he could do athletically, Kevin. So now you have to start to rely on your skill. His offensive game has grown a little bit, and he's around a superstar. That should make it easier to set up some opportunities where he can be more consistent offensively, especially shooting the basketball.
Here's Simmons. Rebounded by the Bucks.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Matthews finds Antetokounmpo, and Antetokounmpo swings it in.
The tenacity, the attention to detail, it's why these guys are in complete control.
It seems like they've been at it on both ends tonight. Tremendous all-around play from them. Has them up quite a bit here.
Harris passes to Embiid. And he uses the glass on the layup. Embiid's got his second basket of the night.
Well, they missed their first 3 shots, and after that maybe they'll get some air underneath their wings a little bit.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. Brent, we're seeing a number of superstars sign shorter contracts with early opt-outs. Why have we seen that trend?
Well, I think in some of those cases, the players are knowing that the opportunity for a larger cap in the successive years, they want the opportunity to maximize their earning potential. So seeing a Kevin Durant or a LeBron James sign a 1-year deal or a 1+1, it gives them the opportunity to cash in a year later for the type of contract that they deserve, the maximum contract allowable.
And some changes here for the Bucks. Pat Connaughton comes in for Wesley Matthews. And George Hills subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. Monroe's checked in for Philadelphia. Scott comes in for Tobias Harris. And Antetokounmpo swings it in.
Watching that guy put on a burst of speed, he takes up so much of the floor. What a burst by Giannis.
And Simmons kicks to Embiid. And they double up Embiid. It's Monroe, high post. Here's Simmons. Another shot. Monroe dishes to Embiid. Makes it off the glass. Embiid's got 4 this quarter.
Ooh, excellent work getting that close to the basket. Gotta be happy getting those type of shots.
Antetokounmpo finds Lopez. Inside, Embiid with the steal. And here's the fast break. Scott leading the way. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Al Horford is checked in for Greg Monroe. For Philadelphia, they have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line. And he makes the first. And Embiid drops them both. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Antetokounmpo passes to Hill. No good from outside. The 76ers trail by 18. Inside, stolen by Middleton. And stolen by Scott. Richardson against Antetokounmpo. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Another miss by Philadelphia. And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for Milwaukee. 22 is their biggest lead. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
And sometimes you just want a reminder of what our objectives are tonight.
Yeah, get everyone on the same page and point it in the right direction.
some changes here for the Bucks. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Antetokounmpo, and it's DJ Wilson in for Pat Connaughton. And the 76ers also making a change. Tobias Harris is checked in for Richardson. And Embiid, the bucket on the assist by Scott. That's 10 points for Joel Embiid.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Hill deciding where to go with it. Outside Wilson. Clock at 6. No good off the back of the rim.
And that's really just not heads-up basketball. Don't try a fadeaway when nobody's guarding you.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. .23 seconds left to play in the third. And Ben Simmons picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And Brett Brown wants a timeout.
And I like this timeout. You're getting terrible rim protection right now.
Well, you got to ask your team to give you a little bit more effort because there's just not a lot of fire on the defensive end.
Hill kicks to Antetokounmpo. Goes up on the wing, and Philadelphia grabs the miss. Embiid's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Harris, and the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.